Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Overnight, Russian forces launched extensive drone attacks across multiple Ukrainian regions. In Kiev, falling debris from downed drones caused significant damage to civilian infrastructure, according to the head of the city's military administration. Officials, however, are not reporting casualties or injuries. In Kherson, Russia's strikes killed 2 and wounded 15 others. Russia's defense ministry is saying that its air defense systems intercepted 44 Ukrainian drones overnight, and Kiev is ramping up its campaign of long-range strikes. Ukrainian forces have reportedly attacked an industrial facility in Russia's Belgorod region, which Kiev alleges is used to manufacture drones for the Russian war effort. Ukrainian authorities have also confirmed strikes targeting a weapons storage facility in the Novgorod region and a Russian ammunition depot in the Bryansk region. These developments follow recent Western approval for Ukraine to use long-range systems provided by allies to target Russian military assets. Western officials and the Institute for the Study of War believe such strikes are crucial for weakening Russia's military capabilities across the battlefield. This escalation marks a significant shift in Ukraine's strategy, highlighting its expanding ability to hit strategic targets deep within Russian territory. Now, on the Eastern Front, Russian forces penetrated the central part of the city of Chasiv Yar in Donetsk after 6 months of fighting. According to Bild analysts, Chasiv Yar is located on a hill and protected on the eastern side by the Siversky Donetsk-Donbass Canal, which for a long time hampered any Russian advances. However, videos of urban combat posted online show that Russian units have almost reached the Avant-Garde Stadium, located in the city center, meaning that they must have crossed the canal. Analysts are also saying that there are no Ukrainian soldiers ready to check the Russian push into the center. Turning now to the Middle East for a moment, the UN peacekeeping force in southern Lebanon says 4 of its troops were wounded when a rocket hit a base in one of 3 separate incidents, which saw UN troops and facilities coming under fire. 4 peacekeepers from Ghana were wounded, with 3 requiring hospital treatment after a rocket struck a base in the east of the village of Ramia, near the border with Israel. The IDF blamed Hezbollah for both incidents, but the organization has not commented on the statement. In September 2024, Ukrainian aerial recon crews and their allied pilots from the Russian Volunteer Corps played a key role in the attack on the Vovchansk aggregate plant. By the way, Russian Volunteer Corps fighting on the Ukrainian side. So, the real Russian opposition, some people say. Over the course of the operation, a total of 208 FPV drones were deployed and successfully reached their targets, demonstrating the remarkable precision and effectiveness of Ukrainian drone operations. This video compilation showcases some of the highlights from their efforts in Vovchansk. And just to clarify, of course, Russian opposition does exist, mostly in exile, but often when you ask them about Putin, about Crimea, about the war, they tend to be fairly ambiguous. Now, these guys from the Russian Volunteer Corps, no ambiguity there. They take their guns and fight against Putin's troops. So, no doubt about the clarity of their motives. Now, we're moving on to the next one. Several Russian regions have been targeted recently by unmanned aerial vehicles, with explosions reported in the Voronezh and Belgorod regions. In the former, air defense assets repelled an incoming unmanned strike, while in Belgorod, local authorities have said that drones attacked an oil depot in the Starooskol district, leading to one of the tanks catching fire. The blaze was quickly extinguished and no casualties were reported.
Завод компаниевка. Ебало, попал квадрокоптер. Только что. Пиздец. Охуеть. Дожились, блядь.
Блять. Вот этот не сбили.
Что, уебет? Ух, ебать, осколки полетели.
Быстро летит. Вон, сейчас где-то бахнет опять. Охереть. Все, замолчал.
Сейчас бухнет.
Охереть, в натуре. В натуре.
Of course, this new type of reaction video, i.e. Russians react to explosions in their territory, well, this really never gets old. Now, moving on to the next one, and in this one, we'll see an intense engagement as Russian troops attempt to bring down Ukrainian drones using bayonets and even their own limbs. Desperate to survive, the Russians are putting up a fierce fight, but their efforts fall short against the skills of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade's pilots. So yeah, melee combat against a drone with proximity detonator, not the best idea. You know what weapon works though? A pole with a white flag on it. There have actually been incidents where Russian troops have been waving white flags for surrender, and the surrender was accepted by drone operators. Later on, the Ukrainian troops took them into custody. And this is the best choice really, because it keeps you from dying or being injured. Now, in a recent operation, Ukrainian Special Operations Forces from the Wings of Omega detachment have successfully targeted and destroyed enemy positions. The decisive strikes have played a crucial role in weakening Russian defenses, paving the way for a Ukrainian advance. Efforts like these are essential for consolidating control over key areas and ensuring Ukraine's strategic superiority on the battlefield. Let's take a look at the Wings of Omega in action. And with this, we conclude this episode of Military Mind. Next deployment at the same time tomorrow, and in the meantime, please stay with us here on TVP World.